베이스볼, 베이스볼과 김형준.
At over 6'7", Aaron Judge already stood 2 meters tall in high school and was actually better known as a football player, excelling as a wide receiver and tight end. In his senior season, he set a school record with 17 touchdowns in just 10 games, earning tight end scholarships from major programs like Notre Dame, Stanford, and UCLA.
Yet his parents encouraged him to pursue whatever he truly desired.
With baseball in his heart, Judge accepted a baseball scholarship to his parents' alma mater, Fresno State, even though, at that time, a baseball scholarship was typically not a full ride like a football one.
Judge later explained that he found the mental challenge of baseball, a game played daily, more appealing.
A Bay Area native, Judge grew up a Giants fan, idolizing Rich Orlia, though he also liked the Athletics. Oakland drafted him in the 31st round out of high school, but after careful consideration, Judge chose college. When he entered the draft again after 3 seasons, Judge was projected as the 32nd player overall. Although he launched monstrous blasts during batting practice, his actual college home run totals were modest: 2 as a freshman, 4 as a sophomore, and 12 as a junior. Still, most scouts agreed his pure power was transferable to game power. The Yankees, who had been watching him closely, had 3 first-round picks in the 2013 draft, their own 26th pick, the 32nd pick acquired in the Nick Swisher trade, and the 33rd pick from the Rafael Soriano trade. Damon Oppenheimer, in charge of the Yankees draft since 2005, had Judge ranked first on his board. However, Oppenheimer learned that Cincinnati was targeting Notre Dame third baseman Eric Jagliolo, who was ranked lower. To secure Jagliolo before Cincinnati could, the Yankees took him at 26. Oppenheimer then gambled, betting that Cincinnati at 27, followed by the Cardinals, Rays, Rangers, and Braves, would all pass on Judge. The Yankees' research indicated the Diamondbacks were the biggest threat, but Arizona's next pick was 36th. After an anxious 20-minute wait, the gamble paid off, and the Yankees took Judge at 32. The team was able to observe Judge so closely, despite him being a West Coast player, because the cousin of Yankees area scout Tim McIntosh happened to be Judge's high school basketball coach. The coach labeled him a gentle giant, noting that his only problem was being too kind. The Yankees saw what they called Jeter makeup and selected him, challenging the bias that players 2 meters tall could not succeed in the majors. Judge did not dominate the minor leagues. By 2016, he was only the 31st best prospect in the pipeline, ranked behind Clint Frazier, Gleyber Torres, and Jorge Mateo. That same year, the Yankees were suddenly energized by Gary Sanchez, who hit 20 home runs in 54 games and finished second in Rookie of the Year voting. Judge made his debut batting 8th. Batting 7th was his minor league teammate, Tyler Austin, who, unlike Judge, had been destroying AAA pitching. The two produced a historic moment. Austin hit a home run, immediately followed by Judge's back-to-back shot, making them the first duo to homer in their first major league at-bats. While Judge's career became legendary, Austin stalled. Austin eventually spent 5 seasons in Japan, even leading Yokohama to a championship in 2024, before returning to MLB on a 1-year, $1.25 million deal with the Cubs. When Judge reached free agency after his 62 home run season, the Yankees remained rigid, and even the Giants hesitated to offer $400 million. Consequently, Judge's final contract total did not surpass the 12-year, $426.5 million deal of Mike Trout, or the 12-year, $365 million contract of Mookie Betts. Judge had to initially settle for an average annual value of $40 million, which now ranks him 6th in the league. The current effective annual value leaders are Tucker at $51.78 million, Soto at $51 million, Ohtani at $46.8 million, Bichette at $42 million, Judge at $40 million, DeGrom at $37 million, and Cole at $36 million.
Judge's performance over the last 4 years has been nothing short of insane.
Despite the frustrating toe injury in 2023, his 4-year accumulated wins above replacement of 37.3 led all of baseball, surpassing both Shohei Ohtani and Bobby Witt Jr. Shadar recorded an astounding 4-year WRC plus of 204. Judge's 2024 WRC plus of 220 was the 7th highest all-time and the highest ever by a right-handed batter. Only Bonds, Ruth, Ted Williams, and Hornsby have eclipsed a 200 WRC plus over a 4-year span.
Judge became the icon who followed Derek Jeter, but unlike Jeter, who won 4 championships in his first 9 seasons, Judge has yet to win one. In Game 5 of the 2024 World Series, Judge finally hit a home run, but it was immediately followed by a shocking defensive error, resulting in a nightmare walk-off loss for the Yankees. No one knows how the series might have turned out if the Yankees had taken that game. Following the World Series, Judge prepared diligently for the postseason, driven by increased pressure. He finished the regular season with a blistering final 30 games, a .374 batting average, a .533 on-base percentage, and a .798 slugging percentage. His league-leading average was 2 points higher than Bobby Shaiko Wanson, and he became only the 3rd player ever to win a batting title while hitting 50 home runs, setting the record for most home runs by a batting champion. Judge secured the MVP award by a 17-13 vote over Riley, joining the elite group of players with multiple MVP awards.
He is now tied for 3rd all-time with 10 other players, including DiMaggio, Berra, and Mantle, behind 7-time winner Bonds and 4-time winner Ohtani. Yet, the postseason remained the priority.
Unlike 2024, when he swung at everything, Judge showed tremendous plate discipline last year, putting up an unbelievable performance in the postseason with a 1.273 OPS and 13 hits in 26 at-bats.
In Division Series Game 3, he blasted an unbelievable game-tying 3-run homer off Louis Valland. The Yankees' critical flaw was their inability to drive him in. Though Judge reached base 17 times without hitting a home run, he only scored 4 runs. Judge once said he preferred baseball because it is a sport of mental toughness. He overcame the shock of 2024 with mental fortitude. Baseball, however, is a sport where one player cannot single-handedly win the title. While a ring fellowship is impossible, the Dodgers are gathering tremendous talent around the pillar that is Ohtani. As Judge's prime continues, so will Ohtani's, and the Dodgers, fueled by massive revenue, are likely to maintain a better roster than the Yankees.
呢几拖以来，英基是极对 spending 里的，这价值啦，这难以持续。跟 Judge 这我是在最尾球的球员 finally lift the World Series trophy.
Owner Hal Steinbrenner and general manager Brian Cashman need to step up their game. In other news, Rich Hill has announced his retirement. Hill concluded his 21-year career after pitching 2 games for the 13-team Royals last year, finishing with a 5.00 ERA.
Skeeter reported that 4 teams, including the Yankees and Mets, have submitted offers for Cody Bellinger, and Jim Bowden stated that Bellinger is close to a decision.
Carlos Beltran and Andruw Jones have been inducted into the Hall of Fame. Beltran crossed the 75.0% threshold on his 4th ballot, and Jones on his 9th. Beltran, who might have entered sooner had he not been implicated in the sign-stealing scandal, is one of only 5 players to achieve 500 doubles, 400 home runs, and 300 stolen bases, and his 70.0 career WAR ranks 8th among center fielders. Jones, who barely made it on the 9th try, after receiving only 7.3% on his first ballot, is 2nd all-time among center fielders with 10 consecutive Gold Gloves, trailing only Willie Mays' 12. His career batting average of 254 is the lowest among Hall of Fame outfielders, but he hit 434 home runs.
Jones seemed poised for 500 home runs, but sharply declined after his age 30 season, even playing 2 seasons in Japan.
This brings the total number of Hall of Famers from the Braves' 14-year dynasty to 8, including the general manager John Schuerholz, manager Bobby Cox, the big three pitchers, Chipper Jones, Andrew Jones, and veteran committee selection Fred McGriff. Utley, who raised his vote percentage by 19.3% from last year to 59.1% on his third ballot, and Felix Hernandez, who recorded 46.1% in his second year, have both increased their chances of induction.
Andy Pettitte, who seemed unlikely after receiving only 27.9% through 7 years, jumped to 48.5% this year, keeping a slim possibility alive despite his performance-enhancing drug history.
Conversely, Manny Ramirez was eliminated on his 10th ballot with 38.8%, and Alex Rodriguez stalled at 40% on his 5th ballot, following a similar path to disqualified players Bonds and Clemens.
Historically, players who exceed 20% on their first ballot often succeed in eventual induction. Hall of Fame voting has become noticeably more generous following the generational shift in the voting body.